And we are back on this Tuesday morning. Let's quickly go over that forecast. 38 degrees out there. Dress warm on your way out. You'll be glad you did because that's as warm as it's going to be today. Actually, temperature is going to stick around 36 for your high today, and then low temperatures tonight of 18. Partly cloudy skies. Only 20% chance of those showers, so more than likely no rain. We could possibly see some snow flurries later. And then tomorrow, look at your high of 38. Plenty of sunshine, so if we do get some snow tonight or this afternoon, no worries of it sticking. But of course, bone-chilling nights forecasted for this week for sure. Look at that low, 12 and then 23. So just enjoy a nice cold week.
So today may be the warmest day we get.
Yesterday was absolutely gorgeous, and then this.
All right, Frank, I want to remind people like you and other folks that like to laugh a lot at 6 o'clock in the morning, not when you watch me. Coming up tomorrow, very special guest, Killer Bees, back in the house. I haven't seen Killer in, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, it's been a while.
And he'll be coming up tomorrow. Tell us about a new CD he's got out. So the legendary Killer Bees will be here tomorrow, discussing everything. And Seth will be with us. I don't know if Dusty's going to be here or not tomorrow, but talk about don't forget the men's conference. You can go online and get that called Clements Baptist or down at Lindsay Lane Baptist Church for the 2014 men's conference. Takes place Friday, February 7th.
$25 for a ticket. Of course, you get a dinner and you get to hang out and have a good time.
Let me go back to this dishwasher thing.
Wow,
you are out of control. Now, guys, I don't know how many of y'all out there are working around the house like I am.
That was breakfast. Those dishes in that dishwasher.
I just cleaned them out this morning. Now that I'm having to do all this stuff, of course, I could stand to lose a little bit of weight there. That was a mop I was holding.
Wow.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of cleaning. There's a lot of cleaning to our house. Here are some tips for you people loading the dishwasher.
Oh, now you're giving tips.
Yeah. If it's loaded properly.
Yes, you can get more in it.
Avoid overloading your dishwasher.
Jamie Cooper.
Rinse leftovers.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of you women already know how to do all this. I'm just people new like me. I've had to wash clothes, Frank. Now I'm up under the bed, dusting, up under everything else. You know.
Maybe I should pat myself on the back.
I do all this because I don't do anything in the television business anymore. I figure after 40 years I already know all of it, so I got to learn something else to do. Some other things, plate glasses and cups, rinse your stuff off. Her problem is... She wants to dirty up every dish in the house.
I used a cutting board to cut the grilled pepper. And
now we're supposed to be trying to eat better.
You have since
How's that working
Christmas.
for me? It ain't. Sometimes a man that works that much has got to have some food. If anybody needs to go to a men's conference, it's probably me. Huh?
Steak and eggs the other morning. Oatmeal this morning.
Utensils nested together may not get an even washing.
That's right.
There's nothing worser than pulling a piece out and then it still have some food on it.
There's worser.
But if you would rinse something off and you reuse it, I wouldn't be in this situation that I'm in.
No.
Huh? Nope.
No.
Okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. All right. I'm going to make some of you people a little bit ill right now what I'm about to talk about.
Oh, imagine
Once in my life, I'm agreeing with President Barack Obama, who says it's important for legalization of marijuana to go forward.
Really?
That's what the good president is saying.
Oh, no, he's a good president.
Well, he is if he goes forward with it. Now, I know a lot of you said, no, we can't have that. Colorado's got it. Washington's got it. Matter of fact, the Super Bowl's the pot bowl.
Well, they just got it. How's it going for them?
Good. They're sold out of food that has it in it.
Have there been any accidents? Hold my...
Hey, hold beer. Watch
this. No, you're not.
USA Today this morning, and I quote, dangers of pot versus booze debated.
Alcohol's
Experts
worse.
speak out after President remarks. Physicians and drug policy groups are sharply at odds over President Obama's statement in a magazine that's coming out tomorrow, I think, New Yorker, that marijuana is no more dangerous than alcohol in terms of its impact on the individual consumer. His interview in the New Yorker comes out January 27th. In it, he says that while he considers marijuana a bad habit and a vice, a waste of time and not very healthy, he does not think it's more dangerous than alcohol.
I think alcohol.
And I agree with him 1,000%.
Hold my beer. Watch this. Has a whole.
The president obviously is not familiar with the science and frankly doesn't know what he's talking about. This is according to a guy over a training program in addictive disease. Well, yeah, he's going to say that.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Well, let's
anything
go
can
on
be
down here.
addictive.
There is no benefit to marijuana. It's simply that people want the freedom to be stoned, and that's all there is. There is a great deal of risk. This is coming from a guy who is over an addictive facility. Got you? Many physicians disagree.
Really?
That's a good start from the president, but it's still misinformed. Here's a physician, a doctor. In my 37 years as a physician, the number of patients I've admitted to the hospital with complications from marijuana use is 0. The number I've admitted due to alcohol is profound. A frequent argument is that marijuana is safer because users don't drop dead immediately, while you can overdose and die from ingesting alcohol. Nobody dies immediately from smoking cigarettes either, according to this article. So, Frank, you're good to go. Said with marijuana right now, we were right back with tobacco in the 1910s and 1920s.
That's a good
The
comparison.
report found that the risks associated with marijuana are small to moderate and then is less likely to produce public health problems on a scale that's caused by alcohol or tobacco.
That's going to be a big debate.
It's a big debate now.
I bet it's going to be.
Now, will it ever be legalized in this great state of Alabama?
No.
Not in our lifetime.
No.
However, it leads me to my next story.
There's more.
Dog tests positive for cocaine and pot. Now, let me go out here on a limb, too, and say this. Marijuana use does not lead to doing other drugs.
Well, how could you
Even
say
though
that
I've tried
100%?
every other drug known to man,
No,
it
you
wasn't
have
because I
not.
started off doing this.
No, you have not.
That was back in
world
the
is
70s.
different than in the 70s.
About everything. A New Mexico woman
have
whose
a
dog
clue.
tested positive for cocaine and marijuana is fighting to get the canine back after surrendering the Labrador Retriever because of a $2,000 vet bill. 1-year-old Maddie showed strong positive cocaine and active marijuana traces in his urine test conducted this week by the Albuquerque Clinic.
That's the dog's name?
Yeah, Maddie.
Maddie.
Veterinarians saw the dog twitching, shaking, and walking with poor balance after his owner brought him in. She couldn't pay the vet bill. She signed the dog over to the Animal Welfare Department. City officials, police found no evidence to file charges against the dog's owner. Says she doesn't know how the dog got to consuming drugs.
Wow. Of course.
Well, no, she wouldn't know. So, let me do it, dear Jamie, and I'll come back and do some news in just a second.
There's more.
I know it's going to make a lot of y'all mad, though, when I did that story about the stuff. But the president himself
The world of
has
the
come
offended.
back on it and finally said something I agree with.
What is the world coming to?
Me and Obama like that.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, I also read in National Enquirer his marriage is on the rocks.
National Enquirer.
Yes.
There you go.
Even though Michelle just celebrated her 50th birthday, says right now, Frank, they may be at Splitsville.
Now you're reading the Enquirer?
Well, I was on my iPad, so but they gave the National Enquirer credit for breaking that information.
Yeah, that leading story of truth, the National Enquirer.
If it happens, you heard it here first.
Gosh.
Huh?
No, they read it in the National
All
Enquirer.
right, let me do it, dear Jamie, and I'm going to come back and do some news on this Tuesday morning. But I want to say, Killer Bees will be with us tomorrow up
Good.
here. Mark Yarborough, I got to get with Mark. He is scheduled to be making an appointment. If you want to be a guest on the show or know somebody's got something coming up, all you got to do is ztv@jamiecooper.com or countryrover at
Gmail.
gmail.com.
Very good.
All right, dear Jamie, here's one y'all might want to think about, guys. Jamie, I've been married to my wife 30 years. We've had our share of unusual problems. I believe she had an affair with a friend of ours about 15 years ago. I've asked her about it, and she's denied it, naturally. But I have this feeling that she ain't being truthful with me. I can't seem to let go of it. It's all I ever think about.
For 15 years?
There's
the
a
thought of
company.
it?
There's a company near our house, that does a polygraph test to prove infidelity. Do you think
No.
that I should ask her to take a test to prove her innocence and help me overcome my doubts? I don't know how else to stop thinking about it. Throughout our marriage, I've always been faithful, and to think of her having an affair with a friend and lying to me about it really is bothering me because it's all I seem to think about.
For 15 years, yeah, you need to ask or something.
Okay, here's what they say. You say this polygraph test is given to prove infidelity, and yet you also say you want your wife to submit it to prove her innocence. I get the distinct feeling
Not
you
gonna
would feel more relieved if the test proved your wife's guilt, because then it would confirm this nagging feeling you got. Before pressure, I like this part. Before pressuring your wife to strap on the electrodes, you really must talk about it with a marriage counselor. Strap on the electrodes.
But if it's guilty and he finds out, he's going to feel a whole lot worse. And it's not 100% accurate. Yeah, it's a good point, Brian.
I'm going to bring one in here.
You're going to be in
And
trouble.
we're going to strap some electrodes to
We ain't
you.
strapping nothing.
We're going to strap some electrodes in here. I'll take the test.
I'm going to bring a taser in here. He's
I'm
speechless.
trying to find somebody that would volunteer to be tasered. I ain't doing it. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. Now that I've shooken the world up this morning with 3 of y'all watching, we got it down. When I come back, I'm going to do a little bit of news. Y'all hang on.